I want to ask you a little bit more on how you would describe GDOE's academic standing today. What strategies do you believe move the needle on literacy, attendance, and student achievement?
We've got a range of performance. We've got high-performing schools. We've got schools that need some help. And this is not unusual. I mean, it happens all across the United States. But before I got here, we did not have a current system-wide assessment. And so we had instituted use of the Smarter Balanced Assessment in the 23-24 school year. We've given it twice. We're putting all that data together. The principals have all the data, and we look at English language arts, reading performance, and we're looking at math performance. Like many other school systems, our math is weak. So we're now going back and looking at, okay, what courses are we teaching, what standards are we using, what instruction we're doing. Because what I've been doing, and this is what we were required to do under federal law in the states when I was superintendent. When you did your assessment, you had to look at your bottom 5% performing schools in your system and say, what are the interventions that need to happen in that school? And so I've been with each principal and personally sit down with them and say, okay, here's where you're performing. You slipped here. You did, and it's only a few schools. Some of them have new principals that have, I mean, this is their first year in that building, and some of those are brand new principals. They've never been a principal before. So we're giving them a lot of support to help them. And we have a core of mentor teachers that we're focusing their energy and work with the lowest performing schools so we can raise them up.
What would you grade a GDOE right now when it comes to recruiting and maintaining teachers?
The recruitment's a challenge, and it's on several levels. So if we're talking just classroom teachers, someone wants to be a third grade teacher or a high school math teacher, we have to have folks in the educator preparation program. There's about 3 pathways that we can get certified teachers. One is right here with UOG, and along with GCC, both of them have programs that we actually sponsor cohorts of folks who are close to having their degree or already have a degree, but not any background in teaching, so they're getting the courses in education and getting certified. And we're able to certify anywhere from 5 to 15 of those folks a year. We need to encourage young folks that really want to teach to go in and enroll in the teacher training programs at the university. At the same time, we have to also be competitive on payday. And our biggest competitor is DODEA. And they've got a little bit different source of money than we do. But that's the financial side of it. The teacher preparation side of it is always a challenge. And then we're trying to retrain and cross-train. And we have support from the legislature too now, with legislation being proposed.
While we're speaking about the legislature, how would you characterize your relationships with the board, the legislature, the governor's office, and unions? And did politics ever hinder your work? It's
always a factor. I try not to let it be a motivator, and I don't work that side of the street. It's an election year. I'm not running for office. And that's a reality, because you're making public decisions about money and all of those things that impact the community. Yeah, there's going to be politics involved in terms with all those different entities. I've tried to have a good working relationship with all of them. I grew up in a union house. I'm pro-union, but I also know that what you negotiate is one thing, and then what happens on a daily basis is another. I have a good working relationship with the union leadership. I work with the board. Sometimes we agree, sometimes we don't, but that's my boss. So they tell me what they think, and I have to adjust and act accordingly. I got to stay out of the political environment, but because in Washington State, my wife was a legislative candidate and heavily involved in party politics, I know what that's about. And as a superintendent, I've always had to stay out of it, because I can't bring that into schools, because that's not what this is about. And the responsibility of the folks who are charged with governing is a tough responsibility. I respect that, and I also don't always agree, but we can also be civil about it.